Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, full name. Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, October 15th, 1844. Friedrich Nietzsche was born into a priest's family in the village of Loken near Lutzen in Saxony, Prussia. Nietzsche's birthday happened to be the birthday of the then King of Prussia, Friedrich Wilhelm IV. Nietzsche's father was the court tutor of William IV, and he taught 4 princesses, winning the king's trust. He obtained permission to name his son after the king. German philosopher whose works have important implications for religion, morality, modern culture, philosophy, and science and other fields have put forward extensive criticism and discussion. His writing style is unique, often using the techniques of aphorisms and paradoxes. Nietzsche had a great influence on the development of subsequent generations of philosophy, especially existentialism and postmodernism. All respond to Nietzsche's philosophical thoughts in their own forms. His works had a profound impact on modern philosophy. Originally a Prussian citizen, he became stateless at his own request in 1869, after moving to Basel, Switzerland. At the age of 24, Nietzsche became a professor of classical philology in the German-speaking area at the University of Basel in Switzerland, specializing in ancient Greek and Latin documents. But he resigned in 1879 due to health problems. Since then, he has been suffering from mental illness. In 1889, Nietzsche suffered a nervous breakdown from which he never recovered. Under the care of his mother and sister, he lived until his death in 1900. Nietzsche searched all his life, suffered from mental torture, and finally died of illness. His immortal philosophical thinking and his dying cry, it still inspires us today to dance and be yourself. To truly experience life, you must stand above it. Delayed youth is lasting youth. You have your way, I have my own way. As for the proper way, the right way, and the only way, such a way does not exist. The idealist is incorrigible. If he is thrown out of his paradise, he will create an ideal hell. How can the light of day understand the depth of darkness at night? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What a true thinker longs for most is leisure. The ordinary scholar avoids it because he does not know what to do with his leisure, and his comfort is books. Although a diligent person may damage his insights or spiritual freshness and creativity because of his diligence, he will still be praised. Real men crave 2 different things, danger and gains. For truth, conviction is more dangerous than rumors. Many truths are told in the form of jokes. I have abandoned many things, so I am regarded as arrogant by you. If you drink from an overflowing wine glass, you will inevitably spill a lot of fine wine. So do not doubt the quality of the wine. He sank, he fell. As you continue to mock, know that he fell above you. His extreme joy brings sorrow, but his bright light is closely followed by your darkness. Beware, as soon as he meditated, he immediately prepared a lie. The most cunning way to undermine something is to deliberately defend it with fallacious reasoning. We create a world suitable for living in for ourselves, accepting all kinds of bodies and planes, cause and effect, movement and stillness, form and connotation. Without these trustworthy things, no one can survive. However, those things are not proven. Life is not an argument. The conditions of existence may be inherently wrong. Where there is rule, there is the masses. Where there are the masses, there is a need for servility. Where there is servility, there are few independent individuals. And these rare individuals also possess the group intuition and conscience that opposes individuals. People regard need as the cause of things happening, but in fact it is often the result of things happening. People either never dream, or they have interesting dreams. People must also learn to be awake. Either they never wake up, or they have interesting dreams. I belong to today and the past, but some of my things will belong to tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and the future. If you want to go high, use your own two legs. Don't let others lift you up. Don't sit on other people's backs and heads. What is life? Life is to constantly put the threat of death away from oneself. The value of a person can only be measured by comparing himself to others. A person's value is also reflected in the talent and strength to fight against dying and decaying life patterns, and to build a new life that is vivid and joyful. Suffering people have no right to be pessimistic. If a suffering person is pessimistic, he will not have the courage to face reality and the strength to fight against suffering. As a result, he will suffer even more. Strong hope is a greater stimulant than any joy in life. Pests bite people not out of malice, but because they want to stay alive. Critics too. They need our blood, not our pain. Wisdom wishes us to be brave, worry-free, dignified, and strong. She is a woman who always only loves warriors. No winner believes in chance. Men firmly believe that their career is more important than any other career. Otherwise, he will not be able to persist in this career. In the face of need, all idealism is hypocrisy. For ordinary people, being ordinary is happiness. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and duller. People can control behavior, but they cannot restrain emotions, because emotions are fickle. All good things approach their goals in twists and turns. All straightness is a lie, all truth is curved, and time itself is a circle. Human life cannot be measured by the length of time. When the heart is full of love, a moment is eternity. You are a lonely weirdo today. You live in isolation, but one day you will become a nation. If a person knows why he lives, he can endure any kind of life. It is a very noble hypocrisy to not talk about oneself at all. There is no need to be sensitive all the time. Dullness can sometimes be a virtue, especially when interacting with others. Even if you can see through the motivation of a certain behavior or thought of the other person, you still need to pretend to be indifferent. This is the secret of social interaction and compassion for others. Don't stop on the plains, don't climb to the mountains. The world looks most beautiful when viewed from the middle of the mountain. Maybe you feel that your efforts are always in vain, but there is no doubt that you are getting closer to the top every day. Today you are still far from the top, but through your efforts today, you have accumulated the strength to climb the peak tomorrow. What people ultimately love is their own desires, not what they want. I feel sad, not because you cheated on me, but because I can no longer trust you. Every day that you don't dance is a day that is wasted on life. Even if life is a tragedy, we must act out the tragedy vividly, so as not to lose the magnificence and comfort of the tragedy. Even if life is a dream, we must have this dream with flavor, so as not to lose the emotion and fun of the dream. Only those who can be alone can become a friend. Friendship was not his need, but his joy. It was not his hunger, but the abundance of love he wanted to share. A man needs friends because he cannot be alone. As long as a person needs a friend, he is unlikely to be one because this need reduces others to an object. Ignorance is the root of all suffering. Sympathizing with others is to treat them as weak and make them feel ashamed. To the person you love, you should train him and make him improve. This is the real love. People who often talk about themselves are often just trying to hide themselves. You might as well take a bolder risk in life, because you are going to lose it anyway. If there is a miracle in this world, it is just another name for hard work. The most difficult stage in life is not that no one understands you, but that you don't understand yourself. Life has no purpose, only process. The so-called ultimate purpose is nothingness. Never forget, the higher we fly, the smaller we appear in the eyes of those who cannot fly. The situation of people is the same as that of trees. The more it wants to branch out to high places and bright places, the more its roots will go downward toward the soil, toward the darkness, toward the depths, and toward evil. You need to figure out the script of your life. It is not a sequel to your parents, not a prequel to your children, and not a sequel to your friends. Those who fight monsters should be careful not to become monsters themselves. Whoever will shake the world with his voice will remain silent for a long time. Whoever will ignite lightning will drift like a cloud for a long time. If you suffer, you should not tell others about it in order to seek sympathy, because a unique person's pain is unique, profound, and difficult to be understood by others. Others' sympathy will only remove the individuality of your pain and reduce it to a mediocre trouble, while also devaluing your personality. There are 3 realms of human spirit: camel, lion, and baby. The camel in the first realm endures humiliation and bears the burden and passively obeys the orders of others or the arrangements of fate. The lion in the second realm turns passivity into initiative, from what you should to what I want, and I take the initiative to strive for everything and take the initiative to take responsibility for life. The third realm, baby. This is a state of I am, living in the present moment and enjoying everything that is now. I am walking on the road that destiny has prescribed for me. Although I do not want to walk on this road, I have no choice but to walk on this road filled with sorrow and indignation. Those who cannot hear the music think those who dance are crazy. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. When you stare into the abyss from afar, the abyss stares into you. Without terrible depth, there would be no beautiful water surface. Faith is not wanting to know what the truth is. There is an air of restlessness in the world, for everyone is eager to be freed from his shackles. Hope is the greatest disaster because it perpetuates human suffering. There are 2 kinds of morality. Those who are independent and brave are called aristocratic morality. Those who are humble and obedient are called slave morality. We are walking too fast. It's time to stop and wait for our souls. Only when humans grow in love can they create new things. Ever since I got tired of looking, I learned to find. All things of habit weave themselves into ever stronger spider webs around us, and we soon discover that the threads become ropes. Once you choose to believe, everything is possible. What is the guarantee of freedom? It is no longer ashamed of oneself. The sewer of the soul, in order to wash away the dirty soul of human beings, there must be a sewer. Whoever has this sewer function is God to those proud hypocrites. Anyone with life is constantly surpassing himself. And humans, what have you done? A smart person will lose nothing, as long as he can control himself. He who wants to be the creator of good and evil must first be a destroyer and destroy everything of value. That is to say, the greatest evil belongs to the highest good. However, the latter is a creative good. It is necessary for the superior men to declare war on the masses. It is we who create this valuable world. Never deceive yourself or lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself and understand who you are, what your hobbies are, what you think, and how you react. Why do we need to know ourselves? Because if you don't know yourself, you can't feel true love. In order to love others and be loved, you must first understand yourself. If you don't even understand yourself, how can you understand others? A noble soul respects itself. A noble soul respects itself. In life, we have to face many inevitable helplessness, such as interpersonal relationships, dedication, troubles, solving problems, hard work, exhaustion, attachment, disputes, separation, changes, losses, etc. You may shrink from this, or you may go too far, but the only thing you can do is to accept every inevitable helplessness and face it sincerely. In this way, seemingly heavy things will be transformed into something light and effortless. I'm not human, I'm dynamite. If there is a God, how can I bear the thought that I am not that God? So there is no God. My time has not yet come. Some people are born after death. The misfortune of sharp and bright writers is that people think they are superficial, so they do not work hard on them. The luck of obscure writers is that readers take pains to read them and attribute their own diligent happiness to them. The earth has skin, and one of its skin diseases is humans. The so-called noble soul is one who has awe of himself. For those great people who cannot be honest with themselves, I cannot admit their greatness at all. People who deceive themselves make me sick. No matter what great things they have done, I still give them 0 points. I am the only one who understands best why among all kinds of animals, only humans laugh. That's because he suffered the most cruelty and had to laugh to resolve it, so he invented laughter. If we cannot respect the honor of others when we are alone as we do when we are in public, then we are not really gentlemen. Do you want to go to women? Don't forget to bring a whip.